on, so he was telling me and Joe about it. Little medical issue, nothing bad, but it was making him uncomfortable. So
fucking that age.
Yeah, clap at that age.
You don't fucking know. All right,
Clap
so
at
stop
that
talking.
Oh, you're a dick. Pete, don't make fun of me. This is because I can't see.
I'm getting there.
Johnny got the cataracts.
It's a Bruick.
It's a Bruick.
Oh, fuck me.
For my glaucoma.
Pete's gonna love Kid Rock by 8:30.
Nope.
From the Riot at the Dog Park Studios, it's Live with Johnny. And now, here's Johnny!
Now that's wonderful. Good evening. I think I might be blushing. That was pretty great. That's the legendary Stephen Wayne. Thank you very much for that. How we doing tonight there, Kirk Michael?
Doing okay.
Okay, you guys notice we have another gentleman in studio with us this evening. It is Rev from the one and only Riot at the Dog Park podcast, and we are going to get more with him, but he's going to sit in with us for the entire episode. So if you have anything you'd like to say, when I'm being dumb and you're like, shut up, or, that's not factual.
No, this is your show. I'll speak when spoken to.
Oh, really? Because he thinks it's live with Kirk sometimes.
No,
so.
we had a talk before this, and I told him to...
Butterfinger.
Holy moly. So last week with Wayne in studio was unbelievable.
He was funny, dude.
It was funny.
He was really good.
We got a lot of mileage out of the story I told about using his weight loss stuff for ice cream toppings. That's a little messed up, but it was a good show. One thing, did you listen to the whole thing back?
I did.
You did?
I always
you
do.
promise?
I
Rev,
always
have you
do.
ever watched a full episode of Live with Johnny?
Not a full episode. I usually jump in and out for 5-10 minutes.
Sounds like everybody else in my life.
Being honest.
If we went back and we tallied, if we tasked somebody, how many F-bombs do you think we dropped last week?
Last week was definitely a record. I would say it had to be over 30.
Fuck, that's not that many.
I dropped more
It
F-bombs
was a
last
lot.
week. It was
It was a lot.
It was pretty crazy. So we got a lot going on tonight. We're going to talk about we're going to announce our Spring Fundraiser tonight. We are going to have 2 special guests on to help us announce that fundraiser. And it's a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty big deal, and I think you're all going to like it and all get behind it, and we need you to anyway. Hi, Bob Lana. What up, my man? And so we're going to announce that. I have a lake jumping issue that we're going to talk about. And Rev is here because Rev is what I call a music snob. And he needs to be enlightened with the music of the national treasure Kid Rock. So him and I are going to have a very tame and well-mannered debate about
I don't think it's gonna be
Kid
tame.
motherfucking Rock.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And we'll get into that in a little bit. We go and we fed 60 people for Thanksgiving, and somebody makes a $250 donation, Rev. And I said, if one single person makes a $250 donation, I will jump in a lake in the winter.
Okay.
Or a pond, whatever, a body of water. It is becoming increasingly impossible to find a body of water for me to jump in because the 2 I thought of are now frozen.
It's cold.
Then the other one I thought of, my beautiful, intelligent fiance was like, and she loves me. She's, dude, if you jump in there, you're not getting out. Because she knows I'm not exactly in my fighting weight right now, And she's like, if you jump in there, because then she's right, because it's like it's got like the walls on the side. I'm not crawling out of there, and nobody's gonna want to put a rope to me. So we were going to announce the date and the time of the lake jump tonight, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that because I've got to spot a couple of new places. What I need help with. And I think it's just going to end up being Swan Lake in Oxford, right? They've got a private area where you can just pull up in your car, walk through the fence,
Little parking area.
walk into the water, and leave. I don't think a lot of people are going to show up for it, but I know people on Swan Lake because I grew up over there, and if they see more than 4 people gathered together,
Cops are
they're going to call the cops and shit. Not that the cops are going to give a shit.
Why don't you go to the ocean?
Ocean never free. Well, ocean around here.
I don't like to travel.
Oh,
And
I don't know. Make a day of it. Get some fresh seafood.
Nice
On
little
it.
Saturday.
Selfishly, I am trying to get people to get up. I don't know if I can get everybody to drive out to the ocean on a freezing day. So I figure if I can keep it local. Are you scratching your balls while I'm talking to you?
Oh, I'm itching my leg.
Could you not?
Focus.
Also,
Focus. Laser focus.
Tell Pete to lower his mic so we could see his face.
Pete, lower
No,
your
lower
mic
it.
so
No,
we can
I-
see your beautiful face.
No,
needs to
lower
see
it, dude. There you go.
Nobody needs to see me.
You look good, dude. This camera is flattering.
You do look
It's
good.
the black.
It's well,
It's a slimming
I
color.
was just talking about black.
I wore I think it was blue or something one night. Oh, when the alpaca gnomes were on, and I wore that blue Met shirt, I looked like Violet from Willy Wonka. It was just not good at all. It was pretty bad. So there's my problem. So if anybody has any ideas in the valley other than Swan Lake and Oxford, please hit us up on the private messaging and or my phone number if you have it, or Kirk's phone number, or hell, if you guys know who Pete is, or Rev. Sorry, I always get bad with
It's
calling
okay.
people
My
their
name is
names.
Pete too.
I know one thing. I'm not calling anybody fucking Chewy. All right, I'm not doing that.
Wow, you back off on Joey. He's a good
I'm
kid.
not, I'm not, he's a great kid, but
hard
it's
on
the
Chewy.
dumbest
I know.
name. He's named after a granola bar. I don't like
no,
it.
he's not. He's named. It's short for Chewbacca.
And he didn't choose it.
He didn't
pulled
choose
out
it.
of
We
a
chose
hat.
it.
Yeah, we chose it.
And he allowed it.
He didn't have any say.
Maybe I'm just upset because he's a very handsome young man, and I never had the chance to be that.
Strapping young lad indeed.
You know what I mean? He's a good kid, but I do not like the nickname. So Rev, you excited to be here?
Oh, super stoked.
Super stoked.
Yeah. Walked up here in the snow.
Yeah, he's
He had to travel. Do we pay travel? Do we?
yeah, 10 cents a mile.
Do we pay?
Oh, fuck.
Do we
We owe
pay
you
travel
30
time? Did we talk? We talked about the new intro. Stephen Wayne, huh? Dude's a legend. Where's he now?
He's living out just like 10, 15 minutes outside of Venice Beach, LA
Santa Monica.
area. Santa Monica?
Yep.
Somewhere. He's all in retirement.
10 years ago, I went up to the Meadows to see a Kid Rock show, all by myself.
I told him that. I said, you met this dude at
Kurt,
Kid Rock.
I wish I still had the picture. I probably do somewhere on Facebook. I went up to the Kid Rock show by myself, only because, not because nobody wanted to go, but it was only one ticket left because he was sold out. And I was lucky enough to get
Is that the one I offered you free tickets to?
I felt like Charlie from Willy Wonka. I got the last one. And so Kirk says, you're going up there. I said, yeah. He goes, go to the CCC tent and go see Stephen Wayne. I walk in. I go, hey, how you doing? He goes, good. I said, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, of course. I go, I'm only doing this because Kirk, the beef, told me to do that. He goes, oh. And he takes my phone and he gives it to somebody else and he goes, take this fucking picture. We're taking this fucking picture. And
Seems on brand.
I'll find the
hold
picture.
on. Somebody just said, how about you just slide down a hill shirtless like Frosty?
That's,
I mean-
that's not nice.
That's painful.
Sheesh.
Sensitive
That's
nipples.
not nice.
Scotty says just saying hi and he loves Kid Rock, but he's got to go. I'm glad you stopped in, Scotty, because I like the way you think. And so I say to Stephen Wayne, so we take the picture and he goes, you going to send it to him? I go, yeah. And first of all, I'm 5'3", right? And he's like 6 foot
He's
something.
a tall guy.
And he goes, we're flipping him off, double bird. I go, all right. So I had a beer in one hand,
Yeah.
and we take the picture, and I flip you off. I said double bird, and he's like, put your bear down. I'm like, all right.
Again, totally on brand.
Yeah. So
Sounds exactly like him.
I put the beer down. We double bird you. But how cool he was is he's like, no, dude, that's way cool. I left, right? This is like 10 minutes later. He has some intern find me and says, Stephen Wayne wants you. I don't think I told you. He tried to upgrade my tickets.
Yeah.
But they didn't have tickets better than what I had. So, but how cool was that
He's
guy?
a good guy, dude.
So,
Good guy.
I
a
always
real one.
appreciate. No, he was. He was very cool. And even when I saw him inside the thing, he was just like, "Hey, all right." He's got that. He's got that super raspy
Yeah.
radio voice, and he's
Hey,
just.
you know the
It's
beat.
always
ready to
on
go.
too. It's never not on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
that
always
radio
on.
voice.
Yep.
How old is he now? I don't want to bore everybody, but here we go.
Older than us.
Yeah, I think he's got to be almost 60. I think
Awesome.
he's 6 years older than me, so 57, 58.
Hey, trade secrets.
Oh,
He's not listening, but he probably is listening because he does.
Joe
pretend
says
to know.
use the biggest pothole
What?
You can't
to
jump,
jump in the
a
water.
pothole.
to jump in the water. I don't know if you noticed last week. I did not look at the comments one time. We rolled last week for like Wayne was funny. We were funny.
He was. It was hard to keep up with him at times, but it
Also,
was really
I
funny.
think I was a little ashamed of my my story about using the dietary stuff for.
Dude, I showed that to Hannah up in the living room. We were fucking dying.
It was
He used the guy's diet powder on his ice cream.
How was it?
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Diet ice cream.
It was fantastic. So we here at Live with Johnny. We're here. We're honestly still trying to figure out what this podcast is. However, we want to be funny. We try to be funny. We're trying to make everybody laugh, bring some laughter into your lives, and connect some people. We're also going to be angry and mad sometimes, and we have a soapbox thing we're going to start to do. We might not get to that tonight. But one thing we do want to do is we're going to help the community. I've always been that way. I've always loved to help out. Even though I'm a complete yo-yo, I have always found time to help out and do something nice for somebody. And being old and cranky just doesn't suit me. Sometimes it does. But tonight, I'm very excited that we are going to announce our spring fundraiser. So we here at Live with Johnny, we're going to keep it to only 2 fundraisers a year because, well, we don't want to keep asking for money because when people see the new back deck on my house, they're going to wonder what's going on. So
That joke
they'll be
never
like,
gets old.
Johnny went from a Pinto to a Tesla. How many fundraisers is he doing? It's for the kids.
For the kids.
Ham. So we're going to announce that tonight. And I'm really excited about it because it honors an old friend, and it's really good, and it is for the kids. So what I'm going to do is before we announce the name of it and how we're going to do it, we're going to bring in 2 people that are going to be involved with it. And the first one we have live with us on Zoom, and it is the Vice President of Peter J. Foley, Mr. Ken Stone. How are you tonight, Kenneth?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh, I got to put the headphones on.
Yeah, you won't be able to.
I'm learning radio stuff now, Ken. Hold
Oh,
on.
dude, you use my headphones too? Gross.
Hold on. I got to give Pete headlights. How come I can
Can
never
you
do
help?
these
I had to
things?
help him last time.
Dude, what the fuck?
Why won't they go on?
Can you please help him?
What, Dad?
We're gonna be.
I need an adult.
What week is this?
Yeah, so you're blaming me.
It's you. I figured it out. Now flip those over.
There you go.
Put them on your-
Much
There
like
you
boobs,
go.
they call these cans as well.
Yes.
Right? See
Wait,
that?
there he is.
Ken, how the hell are you, buddy?
Am I on this thing?
You are on this thing.
All right,
And
there we go. What's
the-
going on?
Nothing. So we're excited tonight to announce our spring fundraiser, which you and I have talked about, and
Yes.
we're going to get into some more information with that you soon. But first, we are going to call our other guest, and we are going to announce it to him and surprise him a little bit because it does commemorate the memory of his father. So, without further ado, let's get him on the phone.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
Not going on right now.
There's a lot going on, bro.
I remember this one time I was prepared. It wasn't today. How do I look with headphones, Ken?
Not bad. You look like you should be DJing.
Johnny,
Brian Falcha, how are you, my friend?
what's going on?
Nothing. Thanks for taking the call. We have Ken Stone live on Zoom with us as well. Say hi to Ken.
Kenny, what's going on, man?
What's up, Brian? How you doing? Happy New Year.
Now, these guys are like 50 years old, so they've known each other for like 30 years.
Ah, here we go.
Brian, I'm calling tonight because I know you're a fan of the show, which thank you. And you know that we do the Thanksgiving fundraiser. And so we here at Live with Johnny decided that we were going to also do a spring fundraiser. And one of the ideas I had was to somehow get some money donated towards baseball, Little League baseball, for families with players who can't right now necessarily afford the fees for everything, the equipment and the sign up and all that stuff. So got some brainstorming together, and when I needed to name the thing, it only made sense that there was one name. So I wanted to let you know that tonight we are going to kick off our first ever Michael S. Falcha Jr. Play Ball fundraiser in memory of your father.
Oh, that's awesome, John. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, from my family, from his grandkids, my children. It's a very appreciative, and it's a great way to honor him. I mean, he considers you guys family. You, Kenny, all the people at Foley, over 40 years of, just giving dedication to the league, and it's very appreciative.
Well, we couldn't be any happier to do it. And when I told Ken what I was thinking, I think, he's just said, well, there's no other person in the world we could name it after. It just makes all the sense in the world. And Ken, if you could, give us your best 60 seconds of Mr. Falcha.
Oh, geez, that's on the spot. So I'm gonna just go off real quick what Brian was just saying. Obviously, we call him Falch. So Falch volunteered, I should say. He definitely donated plenty over the years as well, but volunteered 40 years at Peter J. Foley Little League. Took himself, at times away from the family. Obviously, he got involved when Brian and his brother, we're little tykes playing t-ball and Peter J. Foley throughout, the minors and the majors and their baseball, little league careers. So one thing leads to another. You get down there, you decide you want to, get more involved, whether it was coaching or, becoming a board member, which Mike was. He was the past president down there. He basically did everything between, from our umpires to the concession stand, which is named after him, Mike's place. So if you've been to Foley, you probably, especially a morning game on a weekend, if you didn't get a Mike Fauci egg sandwich or an eggie, they call it, you definitely missed out. But I know there's a lot of people that are probably listening that were lucky enough to have that egg sandwich. Another thing, real quick with Mike, which you mentioning about, using his, in his honor, with this fundraiser, raffle to raise money. He always, gave to the kids as well. So like, perfect example, I have 3 boys. Everybody tries to help out a little bit down there. If you go up to the concession stand and you might be short a quarter on that little candy bar or whatever these kids, wanted to get, a pack of gum or whatever, a hot dog. If you didn't have it, Mike took care of you. As long as you asked nicely, you said please. Maybe helped them with the trash or the recycling or something, but he definitely took care of the kids. He always put himself, put the kids and everybody before himself. So he was a huge asset to the community and to all the kids that we're lucky enough to see him behind the grill or the counter over the last 40 years down there. So,
or even better, get to see him behind the plate, call him strike three.
Yeah. So So he was a kind of a character down there. He took his umpiring very serious. He was on the board many years, at the umpiring board throughout the Valley and the Waterbury board, I believe it was. And then obviously volunteering his time at the Little Leagues, whether it was Peter J. Foley, Union City. But yeah, so there's a bunch of us that like to put on the gear and get back there. And we always joke around with his strike 3 call. And if you were, young enough to play or coached against him when he was umpiring, he was definitely a character back there.
Well, and I think we could all agree that he could talk a tough game sometimes, but if he ever found out that there was a kid who wanted to play baseball but couldn't afford to, he would look at everybody, put his hands in the air, say, "Let him play. Don't worry about the damn money."
Yep. No doubt.
And that's him all the way. Brian, what we're going to do is it's going to be, I have a bunch of tickets printed out. It's going to be a 50-50 raffle. So people can buy their tickets, sign their name, and we were going to pull the winner on April 1st, and 50% will go to the winner, and the 50% will go to the children who want to, who can use the help playing Little League Baseball. And we are not just keeping it to Peter J. Foley. We have Union City in town. We are going to help them out as well if they have players. Robert A. Cole, George Shea Homa Little League are just a couple I can think of. I know the one in Prospect, I think it's just Prospect Little League. So if you know a family that can use the help to get their kids to play some baseball, we're not just doing this for Peter J. Foley. We're doing it for those towns as well, because that's the way Fouch would want it too. No matter where they lived, he'd want them to play. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Little League fees, and we don't want to, get too crazy into it, but Coach Stone will tell you, between the fees to get into the league and a new glove and cleats and what equipment costs, Stoner, we're talking, parents are dropping what, couple hundo?
Couple hundred, yeah, easy. I mean, the registration fees these days with, obviously the uniforms, the insurance, baseballs, basically the total amount per kid, you're probably, just with uniforms alone, you're about $40, $50 from head to toe with hat, shirt, pants, belt, socks. Gloves are 50 to, if you get crazy, a couple hundred. If you went that route, bats, those are $50 to $200. It adds up real quick. And, I know, it could be a burden sometimes, if you have multiple, siblings in the house, if the families have different sports or different activities, to try to help their kids attend, and it does get costly at times. John, I do want to throw something out real quick. I know you just mentioned it with Mike, obviously being Peter J. Foley, and opening up to, Union City, Robert A. Cole, Prospect, everybody in the Valley, basically. I know you mentioned baseball, and I know I haven't really talked to you. I don't want to put you on a spot, but we used to have softball at Peter J. Foley as well. So I don't know if you want to exclude softball, but a lot of these programs do have softball players.
They're in.
So
if they need help to play, they're in. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because honestly, it didn't even cross my mind.
Yep.
I only have I have a son, soon to be stepson, and 2 nephews. We don't have any girls in the family playing softball, so it didn't cross my mind. But no,
yeah, I just wanted
absolutely.
to throw it out to you. I didn't want to step on your toes on the raffle here, but I'm sure,
listen, Bob Lang was my 4th grade teacher. We got to help out those softball kids.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. No, 100%. And anybody we can help, Ken, I know Ken's got tentacles all over the Valley. So anybody you want to get it out to, Ken, get the word out. Ken doesn't know this yet, but I'm asking him to help me with, helping parents find equipment and all those things when the time comes to help those families. So Ken, you're in. I don't know if you knew there was a vote tonight. It was unanimous, 1-0. Brian, we all loved your father. I loved your father dearly. Unfortunately, I only got 5 years with him, but trust me, it was enough. He left such a huge mark on me, and I know Stoner's known him for about 25 to 30 years. We couldn't think more of the world of your father, you and your mother and your son and your daughter and your whole family and your brother. And I just want to say thank you for allowing us to use his name. And we're going to get some ticket booklets out there. Anybody who would like they come in books of 10. Anybody who would like to help out and get them sold, please reach out. Stone, don't ask. You already got about 100 coming your way. So any local businesses want to help us out, put them on the counter, let us know. But we're hoping to wrap this thing up by April 1st and really help out and do some good things. So if you know any family that can use the help, or if you want to point us in the right direction on somebody, let us know. Even if it's because they need a glove, or if they need cleats, if they can make half the payment and they just want to help with something little, let us know. That's what we're going to do. Bri, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, John.
All right, bud. I appreciate you taking the phone call, and thank you again for letting us use your father's name. And if there's anything else we can do, let us know. And Mr.
Yeah, thank you guys, Kenny, Johnny. I know he thought as Ken as a son. I know they always have bets every year. What's the wager on the Mets and the Yankees? What's the under? So again, thank you, John. Your show is excellent. I mean, viewers every week. You keep increasing it. I love the show. Keep it going, man.
Brian, thank you very much. Tell your mother I said hello. Mr. Stone, I can't appreciate you enough for helping me out and coming on tonight and just pimping the gear. I mean, you were prepared, man. You were prepared. I saw him earlier.
Better if it said Naugatuck Little League. We're working on that.
I saw him earlier today. He was wearing a Ricky Martin concert T-shirt. And I figured that's gonna have to be a whole other conversation, because I got to know, did you go to the show or was it a Goodwill thing? But don't answer it now. We'll save that for live on the show. Ken, I love you. Thank you very much.
All right, be good. Have a good night.
You too. All right. We got that kicking. Oh, my phone's making noise. All right. I think that went well.
I can't believe that worked.
Did you think it was not going to work?
Yeah, the only problem that
You're the technology guy.
Wait.
You went in.
Hear the man out. Jesus, go easy.
the guy on the phone that you called couldn't hear what he was saying, but it was only one quick exchange because that audio wasn't. But
that's not important.
It's not. But we're fine. We got there.
Well, if he wants to go back and watch it, that'll give us more clicks. So I think they should both go back and watch it.
Everybody likes to see themselves on something.
Of course.
Oh, get me off. That came out wrong.
I just threw up my mouth a little.
Dia says we do some wonderful things for people. Thank you. You're welcome. We appreciate doing that. What's the cost for a kid to play? $3,000. Make the check out to John Dodato.
And change.
I'm not sure. In years prior, it's anywhere between 110, 130. So it's not cheap to play. You got a couple.
Yeah,
of kids.
I got kids that play lacrosse. The registration fee for lacrosse is $175.
$175. What do they get for that?
They get me.
That doesn't even include.
That doesn't include
insurance.
equipment.
Does that include the U.S. Lacrosse insurance? So that's another what?
$30
plus equipment.
So you pay
Plus equipment,
$175
plus
just to
uniform.
say I want to play in this league.
Yep.
No stick, no shirt,
Nothing.
no shorts, no cup.
Nothing. But
Hockey's
you
the
have to
worst,
because
dude.
of the. I'm guessing it's the insurance.
Yeah.
It's the fields. It's the referees. It's
Everything's
balls.
going up, dude.
I don't want to get into a lacrosse conversation because nobody cares. How many referees are on the field for a lacrosse game?
At our age, one.
One for the little guys and then two for the.
How long does your typical lacrosse game last?
hour?
Is it like first 1 to 10?
No, it's not like that. It's a
I
set
really,
amount of time.
I know shit about
It's
lacrosse.
4 quarters. It's like any other sport. The further you advance, the more time you play for.
I'll tell you what though, it's on ESPN now. People are getting scholarships for it. So
They've been getting scholarships since I was a kid. Yeah.
moms and
50,
listen,
20 years.
I don't know. Moms and
It's
dads
just-
don't want the kids playing football because they're going to get mashed potatoes in their head. So they're probably
That's
switching over to
exactly
lacrosse.
why I played lacrosse is because I played football and it was a natural transition.
And you were just going, I got to go play lacrosse there.
I want to hit people.
Listen,
They
my
get to hit people.
twin brother had like 65 concussions playing football. It shows.
Wait, who's talking?
Who?
What?
What happened?
Oh, hey.
We all have concussions. That's fine.
Pete.
He smells pennies.
Smelling salts, please.
Are we on a boat? Oh, Lordy. Anywho,
Thank you.
let me tell you why this show is great. I have the phone on vibrate like I was told by so many people because my phone used to make all kinds of... we just took
Mostly
it
me.
as Venmo.
Yes.
Do you ever take your phone off of vibrate?
Whoa.
What's their phone on audio?
Somebody just sent us a $100 donation
Oh.
for Falcha fundraiser.
Wow.
That was in here. Somebody, I can tell you who that was.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me play in a applause thing. They said it was coming in the comments. I missed who it was. Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer Stone.
Yes, it was Jen
A woman
Stone.
of her word, because I did see her Saturday night and I was telling her about this fundraiser. And she goes, I don't care. I'm in for 100. You, my friend, were not lying. And now it makes sense as why her husband has the face palm on his face.
Oh, I see.
Yo, she don't
So
need your
she
permission to
sent
spend that
100.
money, son. That's her money, son. She got a job. Okay, let's transition. Rev,
Yes.
thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Tell us in your best 30 to 60 seconds, tell us about your Ride at the Dog Park podcast and what it be all about.
It's actually about nothing. It's a lot like Seinfeld, where it's kind of just topic du jour. It's 4 guys of varying age groups. I am on the older half. We have 2 younger dudes who come in with us. Chewy, who you mentioned earlier, who you seem to hate.
I don't hate him. I hate
uh,
his nickname.
And Stump, who is Kirk over here's eldest child. So we come in here for an hour a week. I mean, I guess the best term that I can think of is buttfuckery.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic.
It's structured chaos.
Yeah.
I mean,
Awesome.
we talk about last week or this upcoming week. We're talking about like favorite serials, movie stars to date,
Yeah.
comedy movies. I mean,
Oh, you're
it's
going to
all
want
over
to
the
tune in
place.
for that break.
It's
It
pretty
gets
intense.
weird.
It's pretty intense.
Without even thinking about it, favorite cereal?
Berry Kicks,
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, solid.
Solid. Absolutely solid. All right. So I had Rev on tonight. I've known Rev now for, I don't know, let's say a decade probably, right?
Longer. 'Cause
Longer?
I knew you before I married my wife, and we've just about 11 years.
No kidding. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm getting married.
I heard. Congrats.
We're not invited, by the way.
That's fine.
Oh, my
Probably for the best.
I mean, it's just I thought I was going to be your best man, but apparently not.
First of all,
He found a better man. I think.
Can't find a better man.
settle down, Eddie Vedder. Yeah. Some people are saying, so how do we send it? I'll talk about the fundraiser again at the end of the show. That keeps you watching, and we'll get you more information. He also says Frosted Flakes. Really? I mean, they're good, but who picks Frosted Flakes?
My son, John.
You named your son after me?
No.
You guys hear that? Rev named his. How old is he?
He is, almost 8.
How old?
Almost 8.
And you've known me for 11?
Yeah,
So-
I also knew my Uncle John and my grandfather before I knew you.
Yeah, like they count.
And it's not his firstborn; it's his secondborn.
Yeah.
Like they count. So, like I said, Rev is a music snob. He's one of those 30 Seconds to Arctic Monkey guys.
I like to say self-proclaimed musical elitist.
Right. He also thinks Tool, like Maynard is a genius, and even though he's banging on like pots and pans and stuff, but
Wow, don't talk. Is he talking shit on Danny Carey already?
It is what it is. So I've been saying for months, and when I first started doing this, I wouldn't call it a podcast back then. It's a legit podcast now. When I was eating Fluffernutters, I would talk about Kid Rock and this, that, and the other thing. I'm a big Kid Rock guy. My next Kid Rock show will be my 13th Kid Rock show.
That's a lot.
So
of shows.
You're
these
advertising
guys
that?
would make fun of me. They thought I was some alter ego guy, shadow boner, and it had nothing to do with me.
No, of course not.
No.
And Amy says Frosted Flakes are great. I
She
see what
dropped
she
it.
I see
She
what she
dropped
did
it.
there.
She dropped it. I love it.
I see you look at Tony the Tiger one way, lady. Huh? You stay away from that tiger.
Stay on topic. Come on.
Sorry.
Come on.
What would you? My fiance's flirting with Tony the Tiger. Don't worry, she's great.
Kid Rock 13 times.
I get there. You know what
right.
we do.
All
So,
He's very regimented when it comes to a
so
clock.
the comeback to them believing I was this alter ego guy, which I am not, was sit home, watch Kid Rock, and jerk off. So I'm just gonna say something. I'm gonna open with my spiel, and then you can when you do like a mock debate, I'll say what I'm gonna say, and then you can go ahead and retort. And if we don't like what you're saying, you just turn his microphone off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we
No.
what do we each give you, like a minute and a half? Because if it's a structured debate thing, you each get a certain
It's
amount
live
of
with
time.
Johnny. When I'm done talking to you guys. Fucking structured. Anybody we're on episode 12. Has anybody seen any structure since episode 1?
There's none.
So then
There's
we're not
none.
going to start today.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like this already.
First of all, let me start off by this. When people think of Kid Rock, they just automatically think of Ball with the Ball and Cowboy and this, that, and the other thing. Just that
God.
first album, right? Bull God's a great song.
wasn't his first album.
Especially the metal. To me, it was, because the other stuff I didn't like. But anywho, he yodeling in the valley. No good. But anyways, but everybody only thinks
Your words, not mine.
Everybody only thinks of that. Remember when I was like, when I'm done, he can go?
That was funny.
Everybody only thinks of that. And then they'll think of his politics and this, that, and the other thing. But we're not here to talk about Kid Rock's politics tonight. I don't care about any of that. We're strictly talking about the music of one Mr. Robert Ritchie, also known as Kid Rock. Now, this man knows how to put a song together. First of all, he's one of the top 10 rappers of all time. That's number one. He's one of the top 25 singers of all time. Okay? Trent Reznor couldn't hold his jock. Let's just throw that out there. Okay? Lisa says, your wife, Kirk, says, I think of a dirty guy in a wife beater.
She's not.
She's not wrong.
First of all, we don't call it a wife beater anymore. We call it an Italian dinner jacket. All right? We don't call it that
I take
anymore.
offense to that.
Denise says her next Kid Rock is going to be her 14th. He's a legend. Anyway, okay. Here's a guy who goes and he makes his millions of dollars and he just does whatever he wants. He doesn't kowtow to the politics. He doesn't kowtow to the political correctness. He just makes the music he wants to make and puts it out. And if nobody wants to listen to it, then so be it. But here's a guy who goes out on tour almost every year until COVID shut everything down. He goes out on tour every year, sells out tons of places. And he's a smart. Let me tell you why he's a smart. He's a smarter man because he knows not everybody likes Kid Rock. Not everybody wants to see 2 hours of Kid Rock or 90 minutes of Kid Rock. So what does he do? He brings Skinnerd. He brings the Jay Giles Band. He brings Sheryl Crow. He brings Marshall Tucker. He brings Kool and the Gang. He brings ZZ Top. Okay? He
this a
brings
selling
Run
point?
DMC. Hold on. Let's just keep going.
Your
And
2
he-
minutes is up, son.
Live with Johnny, motherfucker. And he brings all these other people. He says, no matter what happens tonight, you all are going to have a good time. And then what he says is, Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake are charging you $350 to go see them. What I'm going to do tonight is, it's $20 for the tickets. Then it's another $20 for one ticket, right? Then it's $20 to park. That's it. Now, you all know, you all parked at the Meadows or whatever they call it now. It's not $20 to park. Then he says, you're going to get 4 beers for $20. You're going to get 4 hot dogs for $20. You're going to get a t-shirt for $20. So he says, not only am I so appreciative of all your hard work in this world, but you want to take your wife out or your girlfriend or your wife and your girlfriend, because it is a Kid Rock show, and you're not going to have to pay out of your ass for it. Bon Jovi is charging $350 for a ticket. If Bon Jovi was playing in my backyard for free, I'd leave the house. Okay? And this isn't a Bon Jovi thing. Kid Rock is a man of the people.
But I thought we were
Go.
talking about his music.
His music is made for the people. He's blue collar. He's the man. He's like if John Mellencamp and the Beastie Boys and like Frank Sinatra had a baby.
All
Bam!
of those people are insulted.
He's like, and Bob Seger had some sperm in there too, and a little Billy Joel. He's everything. He's everything.
So here's my retort,
Go.
and I will fully own that in 1999, a 19-year-old version of me did buy Devil Without a Cause. Okay,
That was a great album.
it was a good album.
favorite song on the album?
I don't have one.
Ba with a ba.
Go.
Bull God. However, in 1999, you know what else I bought? Limp Bizkit. Kind of on brand.
What he's saying.
They have nothing to do
kind
with
of
each other.
Oh no, they have a ton to do with each other.
It's apples and oranges. That's like saying.
I had
Stone
a brief,
Temple Pilots and Creed are the same thing.
They're not far off.
It's not far off.
This fucking guy.
And listen,
Listen, you're throwing me softballs, you know? There was a moment in time where in 1999 where I liked it. In 2000 he came out with American Badass. And in my opinion, it was the same thing over. And then he came out with a song with Sheryl Crow, which was a pile of fucking garbage in my very esteemed opinion.
he's very derivative, dude. He just plays. He waits for what the hot thing is. And listen, I get your $20 thing. I like that. That's like very, that's a good angle for him. But if someone offers you a $2 shit sandwich, you're still not going to take a bite.
It's still a shit sandwich.
It doesn't matter what you're paying for.
How hungry are you? Can you bring up our poll real quick on our page? People are killing me. It's what Joe just says. He used to like this show. Then Ken says John's mic needs to be muted. I'm going to remember that the next time you drive by my house and I see you going down the road, Stoner, because I want to be a cowboy.
Also, this is the poll that you guaranteed that Kid Rock was going to win.
He did.
I think.
Well,
I don't think he did.
I got some bots to do some things before I got here.
No, you
Did you?
No, I didn't.
I mean, it's going to take. I'll keep talking while it loads.
My fiance's
killing my
sister,
internet.
my fiance's sister says she's wearing earbuds at our wedding. Can I tell you
she's
something?
smart.
Pete, you're gonna love this.
Yes.
So
I like stuff.
As my fiance and I were talking about the wedding, we go, and we were talking about the music one night because we're both into the '90s rap, the Wu-Tang and Dr. Dre and
good
like
rap.
Biggie. So we're gonna have like a stretch of our wedding where we're just gonna play that music that we like because it's
Okay.
our wedding. We
Yeah.
can do whatever we want. We were sitting in the living room, Pete. We were having such a loving moment. We're looking at each other's eyes, and we're so happy that we're going to marry each other. And she loves me so much, and I love her so much. And then all of a sudden, I saw something click, and she turned to me, and she looked right at me. She said, "Honey," I said, "Yeah." She goes, "There will not be one Kid Rock song
Good
played
woman.
at our wedding."
Good woman.
She's smart.
And I just
She
looked,
is.
She nipped it in the butt.
Well, and she's laying it out now.
Right, as
early.
opposed to.
and I just looked at her, and before I could say a word, she goes, "Not one."
So she reiterated. She laid
Not
it down and then reiterated that zero Kid Rock songs.
And
were played.
honestly, and she would tell you, Amy, you could tell them in the comments. I've tried to convert her.
I'm liking this.
she-
I'm liking your fiance
she-
more
Yeah,
and
she
more.
seems like a very
I just
smart
can't
and
seem to
reasonable
get
woman.
her dragged over.
my biggest gripe with Kid Rock is, and you hit on the blue collar thing. It's my same gripe with Bruce Springsteen claiming to be blue collar. These guys have never worked a day in their life as blue collar workers.
Bruce Springsteen hasn't. I don't despise him. I just don't like him. I think after
I'm just saying.
after Dancing in the Dark and Glory Days, what does he got? You
Born
know what
in the
I mean?
USA.
Yeah, but even that's like a fourth grader.
Bruce
A
Springsteen
fourth grader was
sucks,
told to write a song on Flag Day, and
The
that's what he
theme
wrote.
from Philadelphia.
He sucks.
I never saw. I don't know if I know what that song is, and I
He
don't.
sucks. Also, Kid Rock did not win.
Okay, well,
The one song
Hold
that
on.
won.
Are you surprised that it was that close? Even you're really only talking about losing by 4 votes.
And just to point out, I think there should have been a fourth option here, which was, okay, I like some of his songs, but he's not that great.
All right, hold on.
So I think your second option there got votes from people that not are saying he's amazing and he's a legend, but they like maybe 4 or 5 songs.
Right.
So that swayed the vote.
No.
I think.
And by the way, the way I'm
option
looking
one
at
would've
this
won.
is it didn't lose by 4 votes. It lost by, hold on, some napkin math. It lost by almost 20 votes.
Right, because you have to
take the
add-
top one and the bottom one and add them
add
up.
them together.
I had no
That's
idea. I was in a room
46,
with a bunch of
20.
fucking math magicians.
I said napkin math. That was just off the top of my head. 19 votes.
Listen, hold on. I don't mean to get off track here, but I'm watching my fiance say hell to the no. And then her father, my soon-to-be father-in-law, the man who's going to walk this woman down the aisle, says, "That's my girl."
Yeah. These people are on. These people
They
are. They
understand.
know.
So
it.
her sister, my fiance, and her father, look what I just did by accident,
Sinister.
are all saying no to the Kid Rock.
Yeah, they're smart people.
I have 6 months to get these people to turn around.
It's
and
not
go
Nobody
gonna
wants to
happen.
hear that shit, dude.
Especially at a wedding, dude. That's gonna kill
Wait,
the whole
wait.
fucking
When is the
vibe.
wedding?
June 9th.
This year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they realize it's 2021.
It's 2022.
I think it's 2022.
Close enough.
Remember that football injury he was talking about?
I felt petty.
Yeah. I just thought he just tried to
Still
run a
Jan-
slant in the driveway.
It's still January. I can. It's okay for me to mess that
Yeah,
up.
it's fine. You're good.
It's the first time I've done it this year.
Kid, first of all, we can get down to some Kid Rock. Amy doesn't know this yet, and I don't want anybody to tell her. But I'm going to get with the DJ. We're going to hear some Kid Rock.
I wouldn't do that, dude.
How about this?
That's not a good foot to start off on.
Amy's still logged in. What if when they, when they do, you go to a wedding and the first thing they say is, "Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing for the first time anywhere, American Badass." Just
No.
That's the kind of song
Right
that
in.
makes me hate him,
Yeah,
dude.
that was literally exactly what
Exactly.
turned me off to him.
If he kept doing
It was
Ba With a Ba-
fucking garbage. That and Joe C dying, which was a tragedy.
He's stress drinking now.
Honestly, what did you think was going to happen? And you labeling him a national treasure is
That's a stretch, dude.
to reach.
who's done more for the people than Kid Rock? Medicare hasn't done that much for the people. Kid Rock is like, bro. First of all, I can tell you a million nice stories about what he's done for people.
You
He
know,
flies
if you do,
under the radar doing
if
that
you do
stuff.
your research, you could say it about the same about everybody.
A lot of artists are doing good.
Yeah.
That doesn't. We're talking about his music. It's just not
Yeah,
good.
it's his
dude.
music, not him as a person.
Let me ask you guys a
Derivative.
question.
Yeah.
It's weak.
And you have to be honest here. Mm-hmm. In the last 3 Kid Rock albums, have you listened to any one song? Like,
Wait,
so how can
all
you
right,
say
I need the years on these last 3 Kid Rock
Yeah,
albums.
when did they come out?
the years that they came out?
I don't know.
Is it-
No, I haven't listened.
And-
Is it
okay,
any
have you
later
heard
than
anything off
2000?
of? Have you heard anything off of Rock and Roll Jesus?
Was the Sweet Home Alabama cover on that?
That might have been the album. Yeah.
Yep. Then yes,
Okay,
I've
all right,
heard that.
that's
Unfortunately,
the one
heard
fucking
that song.
How much of a genius do you have to be able to match 2 songs together, make it your own, and have it go that?
I think he
Talk
had some
to
help
every
from a
hip hop
producer.
artist for who
Exactly.
sampled in the '90s, dude.
Come on, dude.
You think he did that himself? Some producer that was high on cocaine.
Now I
did
know
that.
why I'm getting shit, and I just remembered my soon-to-be father-in-law loves Bruce Springsteen, and I just shat on him all over
Yeah,
my
he did.
podcast.
One thing I will say.
I'd like to retract that statement, and I'd still like your daughter's hand in marriage, Craig.
One thing I
Sorry.
will say is he was smart in that he surrounded himself with very talented musicians.
Yes, and good producers.
Yep.
Makes a difference, dude.
You don't think he's writing the songs? You don't think he's writing those beats? You don't think he's doing that?
That has
stuff?
nothing to do with production or surrounding himself with good musicians.
He's no Rick Rubin, bro.
Producer gets the right sound out of him that sells records. I mean, the guy sells he still sells records. He still
She says she's putting it in the contract with the DJ. If he plays it, he doesn't get paid.
again.
Just don't do it. dude.
I've never met your
Pete,
fiance,
I
but
was-
she seems like a genius.
Pete's known me for 11 years, and he already likes her better than he likes me.
It's not a stretch.
God, hey! We had some good times, didn't we?
some times.
Didn't we back in the day when we'd all drink until we couldn't feel feelings?
we had some times.
Remember those days? Actually, we don't. We don't remember those days.
Yeah, that's the point.
They were they were
This
good
is bothering
times.
me, sorry.
Craig says we'll talk later. Craig, I really am sorry. I think today's Kid Rock's birthday, so I think that we should all sing "Happy Birthday" to Kid Rock. No,
By we, you mean you.
Go
we're
ahead.
not going to do that.
Do it.
Acapella.
I'm just listen. I want people to do me a favor and go out something off his last 3 albums. If I send you two songs, just 2 songs.
On Spotify? Because if it's on Spotify, I have to go private.
You don't want anybody.
I don't want
knowing
anybody
that.
to know
No,
about
I'll
that.
text you. You could just on your phone.
Just text us,
Okay.
If I send you 2 songs, I'm only asking for 2 songs.
and you just want us to listen to them.
But here's what you have to do. You have to listen to both of those songs twice. And you have to.
All right,
and then
all right. Listen, I will commit to 1 song twice. I
No.
won't commit to 4 listens
2
of Kid
songs,
Rock.
and you have to listen to them both twice. And I want to hear back in a week or 2.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Wait, do I have to listen to them back to back, or can I listen to it once and then like wait 3 days and listen?
How about
again?
we give?
Marinade.
How about we give you 2 weeks? We'll
Okay.
give you 2 weeks,
Perfect.
and you can settle that.
Okay.
Settle
Perfect.
that around.
Ugh, I'm dreading it already.
I don't know what people are up in arms about. I think everybody watching this who's bad mouthing Kid Rock is a closet Kid Rock fan. And when the Sheryl Crow comes on, they're all like, "I'll put your picture away." I guarantee that even Pete's on the way to work, and he's like, "I sat down and cried today," and he busts out the part.
You realize I literally get out of bed and walk 15 steps to get to work.
Let me tell you something. Well, he wanted.
And also, I can see every single song he listens to.
Yes.
He is not a closet
First
Kid
of-
Rock.
No.
Well, he doesn't put it on a Spotify. I bet you if we were to go to his house right now, go through his YouTube queue,
And
everywhere.
He's got
You
some
would see-
vinyls.
You would see quite a bit of people playing video games or opening toys. That's
No
my
Kid
YouTube
Rock.
queue. No Kid Rock.
No Kid Rock.
You watch that little kid watching toys. I was introduced to that this year. I can't believe that this little kid makes that much money doing that. But we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah.
That kid's
It's
crazy.
absolutely
Fuck that kid.
bonkers.
Crazy.
Kid Rock, and I wanted to mention this earlier, but he's a lyrical genius. Let me just throw something at you. Ready? Ready? You're talking about a guy who once said in a song and pulled it off. "I don't like small cars or real big women, but somehow I always find myself in them."
I think
He's a
8:15
genius.
was the cutoff for the Kid Rock.
Thank
thing, so we're
Christ.
gonna
He's I like
just
stuck.
play the producer.
I like Stuckies and truckers in big mesh hats. I like large round women in laundromats.
I
At
mean,
what point
that's-
do these lyrics get good?
That's deep shit.
Let's see
man.
Shakespeare write
That's
this
deep
nonsense.
shit. Yeah, he's on another level right now.
yeah. Oh.
The guy is
Yeah.
an absolute genius. We'll get off the Kid Rock stuff. We're probably
God.
boring the world, even though they're all closet Kid Rock fans. But I want to talk about it because I'm passionate about it.
Hard pass.
I'm going to follow him on the way home. He could be walking down the road.
You know what I think of when I hear Kid Rock? What? Daytona Phil.
Oh,
Bomb diddy bomb.
we went to broadcasting school with. He was. Yeah,
Not a good story to tell.
no,
You really like Kid Rock
a
though.
lot.
Pete, any chance you want to stick around for the craziest shit I've heard?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here's the craziest shit we've heard this week.
That was fancy.
can you put that article back up for me?
Oh yes.
Jill says, "Can we do a fundraiser for John's mental health? He needs help." Okay, Jill, I see you. She loves me, but she right. I'm going to read a headline to you all, and then I'm going to let it marinate for a second. Playboy Mansion parties had so many drugs that a poodle got addicted to cocaine. So says one of Hugh Hefner's exes. I'm sitting at work.
That's a lot of drugs.
And I come past this. They have a poodle who got addicted to cocaine. I say, fuck the Kardashians. How does this dog not get his own reality show? I would watch that left and right. So if you read the article, it says that the dog, when people would come and they were partying, the dog was so smart when it knew that people were doing cocaine, it would go up to lick their face, but lick their noses so it can get the residue.
I need a fix
Pete and I have done that before.
to each other.
That's fucked up. The dog was so smart, and eventually they had to lock the dog up during the parties, and the dog would go so crazy and try to get out of its cage and have its paws start bleeding because it wanted the
it's
yayo.
addicted
Needed
to
a fix.
cocaine. He wanted more cocaine.
People will watch the Kardashians drink cocktails on a beach and go shopping with their big ass fake bubble asses. Wouldn't you rather watch that?
A dog on cocaine?
You would.
Dude.
I feel like that's animal cruelty.
No. A dog on cocaine in the Playboy Mansion.
And is this just coming out now? Like, is this?
Yeah,
dated
apparently
January
part of this
12th.
part of the new woke society and the Me Too stuff. They're all now saying Hugh Hefner wasn't a feminist, positive sexual guy. They're all saying he was a bad dude,
No shit.
and that's what I was.
Shocker! Whoa, we didn't know that.
That's what I was gonna say. Actually, if you read about him, it turns out he was a pretty bad guy. Well, if the stuff is true, allegedly.
Can you send this to me, please?
Yeah,
I'll read this all the way
forward it
through.
to you.
It's absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. But I thought I'd like
You
to
know
share
that poodle's getting interviewed, and he's the one with like the blacked
He
out
says
face.
the dog's name was Kid Rock. Well, everybody got fucking jokes tonight. And here I go swearing again. Everybody's got jokes tonight.
Dog's name was Kid. That's kind of funny.
Kid Rock actually has a line in his new song that says, "I rip more lines than a 10-pound bass." So, I mean, listen, the dude he's literally Macbeth on wheels. You know what I mean?
So he's glorifying cocaine use.
Oh, I don't think
That's To quote Chewy, that's a tad gauche.
That's a little bit gauche.
You're
you
welcome,
Brussels
Chewy.
sprout.
I got your back, buddy.
He's Chewy watching right
Fucking
now.
Russ,
I fucking hate that. Dude.
They're
What's your
playing-
name, Johnny?
Him and Stump are playing hockey, which is where I'm going to be shortly.
Yeah, they
You're going to play hockey?
Online, yeah.
Oh,
Xbox hockey.
Look at me. Do I look like I really play hockey?
I wasn't going to say anything. I mean, I thought maybe a good shit in a Gatorade and you get on the ice. I don't know. What do I know? What time we got there? We got 8:20. We might get to the soapbox tonight. Do we feel like going angry, or
Do
should
you
we let
have
it
a
go?
thing for it?
I do.
If you have something to fill 10 minutes here, want me to
10
fire it up?
minutes. I don't think it's going to take 10 minutes.
Give one of these.
Well, it's not going to take 10 minutes because we are going to reevaluate. We're going to re-go over the fundraiser as well to give people some information on that.
So 5 minutes.
Also, I think I'm putting on weight. Do you see my face? I now see fat moving when I
No,
talk.
that seat is not favorable.
No, it's
No?
because it's a wide angle lens. So
Am I
the
sitting
closer
too
you are to
close?
that.
No,
Exact-
it's the seat. It's the way the camera is. Trust me.
I feel like I was just talking and I have upper thigh cheeks.
You're very critical of how you look on the camera. It's fine, dude. You're fine. Look at you got the hoodie.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm a handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I just don't like the weight that I'm putting on. And it just goes on so damn easy.
It's winter.
Well,
It's like,
I
in
mean-
what world you just can't sit in a couch and eat a box of fudge dipped devil dogs? All of a sudden you're the bad guy?
next time maybe just use the diet powder. Don't put it on the ice cream. That's how we got here, dude.
That stuff was so good mixed in with the ice cream that I almost thought about buying up the stuff just to use for the ice cream. You guys laugh. I got more funny stories like that, which we'll get into in the future. Rev, before I get into my angry rant this evening, and I bring the show down a notch before I have to bring it back up. Shout outs? What do you got? You want to say hello to anybody?
No, not really. I'm good.
Right at the dog park.
Yeah. If that's not said enough throughout the course of this show, then I don't know what is. Yeah, right at the dog park.
It's a beautiful
New
studio.
episodes drop Thursday at midnight.
Find them on Facebook, and then that'll bring you to all your other links, correct?
Instagram's our primary source of
Yeah,
information.
if you go to riothatthedogpark.com, you know what? I'll tag them in the post. How's that? Done. Riothatthedogpark.com. I don't have any.
I got something that we can talk about for 5 minutes if you want to get into it.
What do you got?
How do you feel about Brian Flores getting fired?
Here's a team.
Oh,
Here's a team that finally.
this should fill us.
My soapbox just changed.
Wait, do you want me to hold on? Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animals and aliens. Here at Live with Johnny, it is now time for Johnny's Soapbox.
We're going double soapbox tonight because I got two things I want to bitch about, and he just got me revved up. Here's a team that finally goes over 500. Finally wins. We have
Twice.
a season,
Twice.
okay? And we
Playing pretty well.
right, and our defense is going. Tua finally starts playing well. We finally seem to get it figured out. We smoked the Patriots 3 games in a row, which have been our nemesis for 20 years now. We're never able to beat them. We beat them every once in a while. We finally find our groove. We're beating our old nemesis. We're shutting people down.
Becoming
We're
relevant.
Becoming relevant.
Yeah.
We were in the hunt. You know, when you watch the TV and they show you the teams in the hunt, and we do all these great things. And what does Steven Ross do in typical Miami Dolphin owner fashion? He fucking fires the guy who's in charge of it. I just don't understand. And I'm a Mets fan, and our owner's finally sold to somebody who's going to do something about the team. It is time for the Dolphins to sell that team and give it to somebody who knows what they're doing, and give it to somebody who gives a shit about actual football and not Mark Anthony and J-Lo and all these people out in the stands, because that's all they give a shit about is selling those little 1% memberships or ownerships to these people so that people can see famous people at the game. Listen, I don't root for the player or the person. I root for the jersey. That is it. All right? Unless you're Ray Rice. I'm not rooting for him. But it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we have to go through that. And it's an embarrassment. And that dude's going to go somewhere. Brian Flores, if you're watching this,
He's a good coach.
He's
dude.
going to Houston. That's my
you
prediction.
are
Yeah.
a great coach and you deserve whatever goddamn job you want. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now you get,
Hold on. What
Go.
about because I think they're only going to give Tua 1 more year. Do you think he deserves more time than that? Because I also think he deserves more time.
I
than that.
disagree.
You don't?
I don't think two is
I
good.
disagree, and I'm only going to say this right now because there's better options out there than him right now. But I always say, if not him, then who? So we've got to give him at least one more year because there's not a good draft coming up. But there's a couple of contracts expiring after next season. Then we'd have to see. But if he doesn't play his balls off and he doesn't show us that he can play a full season, he got to go.
Okay.
Lefties are hard.
You heard
Steve
it
Young
here.
and Boomer Esiason are like the only two to ever do it in the history of the NFL.
Even
if I'm
Boomer's
right.
a stretch.
And even Boomer's a stretch, but I
Mike
like him,
Vick.
so we got to throw him out there.
Mike Vick's a stretch.
Also, but just saying a lefty.
Well, he couldn't throw for shit.
His father made him be a lefty. He tied his fucking right arm down and made him throw left-handed. Because he thought that was going to be his golden ticket.
What are you going to do?
You got paid.
He got paid.
Second soapbox of the night. And this is going to make some people unhappy, maybe. How the hell do we live in a world where 6th, 7th, and 8th graders somehow got their hands on 40 bags of fentanyl? And they go to school with it. They get into school with it. And one of the kids, unfortunately, passes away from the shit. Here's what I'm going to say. And I'm not getting political, and I'm not trying to tell anybody to do anything, but you've heard me talk about this 1,000 times. We don't start worried about mental health in this world. We are going down a shitter fast. Parents, I don't know what to tell you. You're worried about screen time. You're worried about face masks. You're worried about bullying. You're worried about all this stuff. Pick up your kids' phones, pick up their whatevers, and start paying attention to what they're talking about. How an 8th grader gets his hand on 40 bags of fentanyl and brings it to school so somebody else can die from it, and then it happened in another school, is absolutely disgusting, and it's inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable. And you guys all want to worry about, and I know it's a hot topic with the COVID, and it's got the 98.7 survival rate, and I know people are still dying from it, but I'm telling you right now, if we don't start worrying about the real problem in this country of the people dying of overdoses and the kids getting their hands on it, okay? When kids younger than 16 start to get their hands on this garbage, and we're not doing anything about it, but we're worried about what Tom Sawyer book they got in the library, or what the school bus driver said, or whatever the nonsense of the day is, we all as people need to get together and figure that shit out, because these things are happening and they don't need to happen. And it's until we all get together and worry about that, that's the real problem in this country. That is tearing this country apart. I say it every night, and I'm about to get to it. When we tell each other to check in on each other, and we tell each other to say, how are you? The 3 most important words in the English language. How this is happening is beyond me. Because, and again, don't mean to bring it up, and I don't want to get, I was going to say I don't want to get on my soapbox, but I am, because guys said it.
Already there.
I live with a woman who checks in with her kid multiple times a day. I did that with my son. My family does it with their kids. These are young kids. They don't know how to make good decisions yet. Their brains aren't formed. They don't know. I don't know how else to say it other than stay involved. You are not their friend. You are their parent. You have to stay involved in your kid's life. You have to know who they're talking to. If they're talking to Jim Bob from down the road, find out who Jim Bob is. If they're talking to Stacy down the road, find out who Stacy is. We can't let this shit go willy-nilly. We got to ask them how they're doing. We got to ask them what they're doing, and we've got to stay involved. This is nonsense, and it's disgusting that we even have to see it on the news, and it's even more disgusting that kids even have to see it or talk about it and wonder what the hell is going on in this world. I apologize for that. I'm done.
Fundraiser.
You okay? Take a breath.
I'm done.
Okay.
Fundraiser. I have the tickets printed out. It's going to be a 50-50 raffle. We are going to put up information all week on how to get those tickets in your hands. We can do it electronically, and we could do it through Venmo, and we're also going to try to get a couple local businesses to maybe take them. But we're going to hand them out to people, and we're going to have them get them have people help us get them sold. So there will be more information to come. It's a booklet, like you go to you get raffles, and I'll keep the stub. You get the ticket. It'll tell you the information. They're $10 each, and we're hoping to help some kids out. And if you know any of the kids who need help, even you guys here in Watertown, that dog,
How about my dog?
Killing it. If you guys are wondering it,
You powered through for a while.
Kirk
I'm
has a
impressed.
hooker stored in the closet, and she's trying to get out. But we are going to get the information. We'll get the tickets out to you guys. $10. You guys know Watertown here. If you know any families that could use the help, let us
we
know.
can get it.
Relax, people.
If you guys can help us, let us know.
I mean, if you want to help some lacrosse people.
It's Rev. Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming
for
out
having
here
me.
tonight. I know you're a Kid Rock fan deep down in your heart. I know you just wanted to be on the show tonight and tell us no. It's okay, because like Kid Rock always says, I love you all, and I love you all.
Does he always say that?
He
Is that
said
what
it to me
says?
once. He said it to me this one time. He also says zero fucks given. But thank you everybody for tonight. Thank you to Brian Falcha. Thank you to Ken Stone. Thank you to Mike Falcha, who is a dear friend of ours, who unfortunately passed, and we're very proud to be able to name this fundraiser after him. Text somebody, call them, ask them how they're doing. Reach out. It's the ones who aren't reaching out that you can use our help. Christy, we're all thinking about you. We're here for you. Anything you ever need. And our thoughts and our prayers are with you tonight. Bright Eyes, I'm coming home. We'll see you guys next week.